welcome to the back room again. I'm Sandy and I'm talking about drug addictions and all things drug related, really. So, welcome again. I thought we'd talk today a little bit about slipping into addiction and realise that, you know, you might think you're okay, but when you're slipping down that slippery slope, what does that actually look like? What is it that is happening to you in those moments? Often we do it through being unaware. So, all those sort of catchphrases of mindfulness and giving yourself space, etc., have absolute meaning and are things that you can do to help yourself. So, what does it mean when I talk about slipping into addiction? Um, there's so many thousands of millions of reasons, and they're so individual of why you might start using it. Could be just something that it's something you want to do at the time. You mightn't have any painful sort of things going on. I've got to cover, I've got to do all of this sort of thing. Um, in fact, sometimes the reason people use a lot is because they feel really good and they want to enhance that sort of feeling. They might be in an incredibly great space in their life and they want to celebrate even harder, or everyone else is doing it. And it can actually get out of control very, very quickly. And as I said, right from the first one, you don't do it intentionally. So understand it's not an intentional act to become addicted to anything. And that's right across the board. So when you see yourself, how do you know how to start looking at what those things are? So socially, you find that you can't say no ever, or very, very rarely, and it gets less and less when you can say no. You find yourself that you can't be, as I say, everyone's individual, so I'll just run through a few of these, is that you might be home, you go on board, so you'll use some substances to enhance or whatever that space may be, or that you always have to use before you go out. Look at your triggers, look at slipping into those patterns. And honestly, they can happen very, very quickly or very slowly. I know a lot of the people that I work with, one of the triggers when they're starting to actually deal with some of the things that they've been using is one of the ones that they come back into use is often when they're feeling really good and they start becoming comfortable. And before they know it, they start slipping back into using, going, I'm in control, etc., etc. And it's quite sad because they sort of go, oh, I was doing so well. And they were. No doubt about it, they were. And, for any of you out there that have been using, or whether it be drinking, I mean, drinking itself is because it's socially acceptable, is one that people go, oh, I'll just have one of these or one or two of these, or, find themselves where they don't allow themselves days, weeks, etc., of being clean. And that whether that be drinking, smoking or drugs or all three, they very rarely give themselves space to be clean just for a moment, just for a couple of days, a couple of hours. You know that if you've got to look at it and you're not even giving yourself a day, a couple of hours, you need to really start getting real about doing something for yourself and the people around you, but it really, really does have to come from yourself. So I think in saying that, when I'm thinking about slipping into addiction, start to actually question yourself a little bit. When was the last time? How long? Do I need? Etc. etc. Get real about it. Get real about your life, because this is not a practice run. This is what we've got. I want everyone that I know to live their days every day better than the last day. even if it's just through calmness. That's a beautiful place to be. So in saying that, I will be back, I think, in a fortnight. Everyone have a fantastic time. Give yourself some space, bit of awareness, and back to the boys and back to the back room with Aaron and Joey. All right, bye for now.